Ladies, listen closely, because when a man makes love from the heart, it's not just about the physical. It's about connection, safety, trust, and presence. And if you've ever wondered how to tell the difference between a man who just wants your body and a man who truly cherishes your soul, this message is for you. Because love expressed through action is louder than any words he could ever say. When a man truly makes love from the heart, one of the first things you'll notice is that he slows down. He's not rushing. He's not treating intimacy like a checklist or a race. He's present with you, fully, completely. Because when a man's heart is involved, he doesn't want the moment to just happen. He wants the moment to be felt. And that's a big difference. See, any man can be in the room with you, but not every man can be with you. Presence means his mind isn't wandering. He's not distracted. He's not thinking about what's next on his schedule. He's here, now, with you, giving you his undivided attention. And you can feel that. You can feel it in the way his eyes lock onto yours. You can feel it in the way his breathing syncs with yours. You can feel it in the way he doesn't hurry through the process, but lets the moment expand, letting both of you breathe in what's happening. Slowing down is his way of saying, you matter. This moment matters. I'm not here just for me, I'm here for us. That's what makes intimacy sacred when love is at the center. It becomes about connection, not just satisfaction, about building trust, not just fulfilling desire. A man who makes love from the heart understands that your comfort, your safety, and your emotional experience are just as important as his own physical experience. Think about it. When someone rushes, what do you feel? You feel like they're trying to get it over with. You feel like you're just a means to an end. But when someone slows down, when they're deliberate, when they're intentional with every touch, every kiss, every moment, you feel valued, you feel chosen. And you know deep down this isn't about ego, this isn't about pride, this is about love. And here's the truth, slowing down takes strength. It takes maturity. It takes a man who is comfortable enough with himself that he doesn't need to rush toward a finish line. Because he knows the real treasure isn't in the destination. It's in the journey. It's in the way you feel cared for. It's in the way you feel safe enough to open yourself fully, without fear of being used, without fear of being dismissed. That's what slowing down does. It creates a space where love is safe to grow. It's in those moments of stillness that the connection deepens. That's when you hear the unsaid. That's when you feel his love, not just his desire. That's when your body and your heart align because you know, this isn't just intimacy. This is intimacy backed by commitment, backed by care, backed by love. So when a man slows down and becomes fully present, he's showing you his heart without needing words. He's saying, I see you. I want you. Not just your body, but you. And that's the kind of love that lingers long after the moment ends. Because when a man is present with you, he's not just making love to your body, he's making love to your soul. When a man is truly making love from the heart, he does something that goes far beyond the physical. He listens, not just with his ears, but with his entire being. He listens to your body, to your energy, to the unspoken signals that tell him how you feel in that moment. He's not just doing what he thinks will work, he's attuned to you. He's paying attention. Because love expressed in intimacy is not about what he wants to give, it's about what you need to receive. There's a subtle beauty in this kind of listening. It's the way he notices when your breath quickens or when your body relaxes. It's the way he adjusts without you having to say a word. He's tuned in, reading you like a language he's learning more of each time you're together. And that's the difference between a man who is just physically present and a man who is emotionally invested. One is doing it for himself. The other is doing it with you. Think about how powerful that is. A man who loves from the heart doesn't need you to shout your needs because he's already paying close attention. He wants to understand you. He wants to make you feel safe, respected, and cherished. That level of care doesn't come from lust. It comes from love. Lust is impatient. Love is patient enough to listen. And here's the thing, listening in intimacy is not just about pleasure. It's about trust. When he pays attention to your body and your energy, he's communicating something deep. He's saying, I value you. I respect your comfort. I'm here with you, not just for me. That builds a foundation where you can let go of fear, where you can open yourself up without holding back, because you know he's not just taking, he's giving back to you in a way that honors you. A man who listens in this way is showing you that he's emotionally mature. He doesn't assume, he doesn't force. He doesn't make intimacy about control. He makes it about harmony. He wants you to feel seen even when you don't speak. He wants you to know that your feelings matter in every moment. And when a man loves like that, intimacy becomes something much deeper than physical. It becomes emotional, even spiritual. You know when someone is really with you because it feels different. It feels like he's paying attention to the tiniest details, your expressions, your movements, your silence. He's not distracted. He's not trying to prove himself. He's trying to know you. And that is love at its purest form. This kind of listening transforms the whole experience. It makes you feel not only desired but understood. It makes you feel not only touched but cared for. Because his goal isn't just to connect bodies, it's to connect hearts. And when a man listens to you in that way, when he makes space for your comfort, your pleasure, your presence, you know without a doubt, he's not just making love from instinct, he's making love from his heart. Because when he listens, he's telling you, you matter more than the moment. You matter more than the act. You matter to me. When a man makes love from the heart, one of the clearest signs is that he prioritizes your pleasure just as much as his own. It's not a one-sided act. It's not about him taking and you giving. It becomes about partnership, about balance, about making sure that what you experience is as meaningful, as fulfilling, and as powerful as what he does. Because when love is real, satisfaction isn't measured by how he feels when it's over. It's measured by how you feel during and after. A man who leads with love doesn't treat intimacy like a selfish pursuit. He understands that the deepest joy comes from seeing you light up, seeing you relax into the moment, seeing you completely let go because you feel cherished. Your happiness becomes his happiness. Your fulfillment becomes his reward. And the truth is, you can feel that difference. You can tell when someone is there to take versus when someone is there to give. Love shifts the energy entirely. It's in the way he's patient. It's in the way he's unselfish with his attention. It's in the way he doesn't rush through what brings you joy just to get to what brings him release. Instead, he takes his time because he understands something simple but profound, that intimacy is only whole when both people feel seen, when both people feel cared for, when both people walk away feeling connected. And here's what separates love from everything else. A man who truly loves you doesn't just enjoy your pleasure because it makes him look good. He enjoys it because it makes him feel close to you. He wants you to feel wanted, adored, and satisfied because that's where intimacy turns into bonding. That's where physical connection becomes emotional connection. That's where trust is built because you know you're not being used. You're being valued. Think about it. When someone only thinks of themselves, it leaves you empty. It leaves you questioning if you were just an object or a person. But when someone genuinely considers your experience, when they go out of their way to make sure your needs are met, it leaves you secure. It makes you feel safe, like you can be vulnerable without fear, like you can open yourself up without hesitation. That's the kind of safety love brings. And let's be honest, this is not about perfection. It's not about technique or getting every detail right. It's about intention. It's about heart. You'll know when a man cares about your pleasure, not because everything is flawless, but because his effort is, his focus is, his priority is. He doesn't just want to walk away satisfied. He wants to walk away knowing you were taken care of too. That's why intimacy rooted in love doesn't feel transactional. It doesn't feel one-sided. It feels whole. It feels balanced. It feels like you're in it together. And that togetherness is what transforms intimacy into something deeper. Because a man who prioritizes your pleasure is saying something powerful without ever speaking. Your happiness is my happiness. Your joy is my joy. Your fulfillment matters to me. And that's the kind of love that stays with you because it proves that he's not just there to connect with your body, he's there to connect with your soul. When a man makes love from the heart, it's not confined to the moment of intimacy itself. You'll see it in the way he expresses affection beyond the physical. It's in the little things, the details that often go unnoticed by others, but mean everything to the one who receives them. The tenderness in a forehead kiss, the way his hand reaches for yours without needing a reason, the warmth in his gaze when he looks at you as though there's nowhere else he'd rather be. That's love showing up in small gestures that speak louder than grand displays ever could. This is what separates lust from love. Lust ends when the act is over. Love continues. It spills into every part of life. It lingers in the way he texts you to see how you're feeling, the way he pulls you close while walking side by side, the way he remembers things you said days ago and brings them up because he actually listened. When a man's heart is involved, he doesn't compartmentalize intimacy, he extends it, weaving affection into ordinary moments so you never doubt where you stand with him. And here's the beautiful thing, love expressed through affection doesn't demand attention, it doesn't need to be showy. It's simple, quiet, consistent. A hand brushing your cheek, a smile across the room, a soft touch on your back to guide you through a door. These aren't small acts when they come from a place of sincerity. They're reminders. Reminders that you're cared for, that you're valued, that you're more than just a body to him. You're someone he deeply treasures. That's why affection outside of intimacy matters so much. It proves that what happens in private isn't the only time he chooses you. It shows that his love isn't tied to moments of passion, but anchored in daily connection. And that's where security grows. That's where trust deepens. Because you don't have to wonder if his heart is in it when his actions show you, over and over again, that it is. Think about the impact of those quiet gestures. They stay with you long after they happen. A forehead kiss can feel like a shield, a silent promise of protection. Holding your hand can feel like unity, a reminder that he's walking beside you in life, not just lying next to you in bed. Eye contact can feel like a conversation without words, a way of saying, I see you, I appreciate you, I'm connected to you, without a single sound. That's love made visible. It's easy for someone to say the right words, but it takes intention to follow those words with action. And when a man makes love from the heart, those actions aren't limited to a single setting. They overflow. They reach into everyday life, reminding you that what you share isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's consistent, it's real. Affection beyond intimacy is the glue that holds love together. It's what assures you that passion isn't fleeting, that desire is backed by devotion, that connection is built not just in big moments, but in the thousands of little ones. And when a man shows you that kind of love, you realize it's not just about how he touches you when you're alone. It's about how he cherishes you when the world is watching. Because when affection continues outside of intimacy, it proves that his love doesn't end when the moment does. It lives in every moment he shares with you. When a man makes love from the heart, you can feel the difference because it's not just physical, it's emotional. His touch carries weight, his presence carries meaning, and the experience becomes something far deeper than a physical connection. It becomes an exchange of feelings, a way of saying things that words alone could never capture. There's passion, yes, but it's balanced with tenderness. There's intensity, but it's grounded in care. That balance is what turns intimacy into love. See, when it's only physical, it's fleeting. The body reacts, the moment passes, and then it's gone. But when emotions are woven in, the memory stays. You don't just remember what happened. You remember how you felt. You remember the warmth, the closeness, the sense of being completely seen and completely wanted. That's what happens when a man brings his heart into the moment. It's not about performance, it's about connection. He's not just trying to please you physically, he's trying to reach you emotionally. This is why eye contact matters so much in those moments. A man who's making love with his heart doesn't avoid it, he leans into it. Because looking into your eyes isn't just physical, it's vulnerable. It's his way of saying, I'm here with you, not just next to you. And vulnerability is where intimacy becomes real. That's when you feel the honesty in his touch, when you know he's not hiding, not pretending, not just going through the motions. He's opening himself up, and in doing so, he invites you to do the same. You can also feel it in the rhythm, in the way he matches your energy instead of imposing his own. He's not trying to control the moment, he's trying to share it. He listens, he adjusts, he leans into what feels right for both of you. That mutual exchange builds trust, and trust deepens connection. And connection, that's the real heart of it. Because when you're connected emotionally, the physical becomes more powerful, more meaningful, more lasting. The truth is, emotions are what give intimacy its soul. Desire without emotion fades quickly, but desire rooted in love grows stronger. It's what makes you crave not just his body, but his presence, his voice, his touch outside of those moments. That's why making love from the heart lingers. It makes you feel bonded in a way that physical alone never could. And here's what's so powerful. When a man makes love with his emotions, he's giving you more than intimacy. He's giving you access to his inner world. Men are often taught to hide their feelings, to stay guarded, to never show too much. But in that moment, with you, he lets those walls down. He shows you care in a raw, unfiltered way. That's not just desire, that's love. The emotions he brings into intimacy tell you something that words can't always capture. They tell you he's not there to just take, he's there to give. They tell you he's not afraid of closeness, he's inviting it. They tell you that this is more than a physical act, it's a moment of truth, a reflection of how deeply he feels for you. Because when love is present, intimacy stops being just something you do, it becomes something you share. And when he lets his emotions flow through every touch, every kiss, every moment, it becomes clear, he's not just making love to your body, he's making love to your heart. When a man makes love from the heart, you'll notice that it doesn't end the moment the act is over. That's actually where some of the most meaningful parts begin. Because for him, love is not just expressed in the passion of the moment, but in the tenderness that follows. A man who truly loves you doesn't roll away, doesn't disconnect, doesn't treat intimacy as something to be switched on and off. Instead, he stays. He lingers. He holds you. He makes sure you know that you're not just a body he shared time with, you're a soul he's connected to. Aftercare is what reveals his intentions most clearly. It's in the way he pulls you closer when everything quiets down, the way he runs his fingers along your skin, the way he whispers words of reassurance without even thinking about it. Those aren't just habits, they're choices. Choices that say, I want you to feel loved, not only in the moment of passion, but in the silence that follows. And that silence is often where love speaks the loudest. Think about how powerful that is. Anyone can show up for the excitement, for the rush, for the fire. But love shows up in the calm after. Love shows up in the way he doesn't treat you like something temporary, but like someone worth protecting, someone worth cherishing, someone worth holding on to even when there's nothing left to gain. That's where his heart is revealed, not just in what he does during intimacy, but in what he does after it. This is where trust deepens, because you start to feel safe in ways that go beyond the physical. When he stays and holds you, he's telling you that your value isn't tied to what just happened. Your worth doesn't end when the moment ends. He wants you there, beside him still. That communicates devotion. That communicates care. That communicates, I'm with you, not just for this moment, but for all the moments after it. And here's what's so unique about that kind of love. It's consistent. It's not about performance. It's not about trying to impress. It's about being real, being steady, being present long after the excitement has passed. That's what makes you feel secure. That's what makes intimacy more than physical. It turns it into a bond, something that strengthens over time instead of fading when the moment is over. Sometimes it's not even about the words he says. Sometimes it's just the way he stays close, the way his breathing slows in rhythm with yours, the way his presence fills the room with calm. That's when you know it's not just about desire, it's about love. Because desire fades quickly, but love stays. Love stays in the arms that hold you. Love stays in the silence that feels safe instead of empty. Love stays in the connection that doesn't need words to be understood. So when a man makes love from the heart, he doesn't just disappear when the moment is finished. He stays, he connects, he reassures, and he proves with his actions that his love isn't temporary, it's lasting. Because when he holds you afterwards, he's showing you the truth. Making love from the heart doesn't end when the moment does. It continues in the way he chooses to stay.